Petroleum tank farms are vital facilities. They store and distribute large quantities of flammable materials. This makes safety incredibly important. A small mistake can lead to very big problems. Fires, explosions, and spills are serious risks. These incidents can harm workers. They can also damage the environment. The entire community can be affected by an accident. Therefore, understanding and following safety rules is not just a suggestion. It is a fundamental requirement for everyone. Every person working in a tank farm must prioritize safety above all else. This commitment protects lives and ensures smooth operations within these critical infrastructures. The nature of petroleum products demands constant caution. These substances are often volatile. They can ignite easily if not handled correctly. Vapors can accumulate in enclosed spaces. These vapors can create explosive atmospheres. Even a tiny spark can trigger a disaster. Static electricity, a dropped tool, or faulty equipment can all be ignition sources. The large volumes stored mean any incident can escalate quickly. Therefore, a deep respect for the materials handled is essential. Workers must be aware of the potential dangers at all times. This awareness is the first step towards preventing accidents and ensuring everyone goes home safe. Safety is not just about avoiding major disasters. It is also about preventing smaller incidents. Slips, trips, and falls can cause serious injuries. Exposure to chemicals can lead to health problems over time. Proper training helps workers recognize these everyday risks. It teaches them how to perform their tasks safely. Regular safety meetings and drills reinforce these lessons. Management plays a key role in fostering a strong safety culture. They must provide the necessary resources and support. This includes proper equipment, clear procedures, and ongoing training programs designed to keep safety at the forefront of everyone's mind daily. For both new hires and experienced workers, safety is an ongoing learning process. New employees need thorough induction. They must understand the specific hazards of their workplace. Experienced workers need regular refreshers. Complacency can be a significant danger. Familiarity with tasks can sometimes lead to shortcuts. These shortcuts might seem harmless, but can bypass crucial safety layers. Therefore, continuous reinforcement of safety principles is vital. Every individual has a responsibility for their own safety. They also have a responsibility for the safety of their colleagues. This shared commitment creates a safer environment for everyone involved in tank farm operations. Basic safety protocols form the backbone of a safe tank farm. Workers must always follow established procedures. No smoking rules are absolute and must be strictly enforced everywhere on site. Hot work, such as welding or grinding, requires a special permit. This permit ensures all necessary precautions are taken before starting. Vehicle speeds within the facility must be kept low. Designated walkways should always be used. Good housekeeping is also crucial. Keeping work areas clean and free of clutter prevents trips and falls. Tools and equipment should be stored properly after use. These simple rules significantly reduce the risk of accidents. Understanding common hazards is key to avoiding them. Flammable liquids and vapors are the most obvious risk. Workers must know how to handle these materials safely. Confined spaces, like inside tanks, pose another serious threat. These spaces can have low oxygen levels or contain toxic fumes. Special entry permits and procedures are required for confined space work. Electrical hazards are also present. Equipment must be properly grounded and maintained. Lockout, tagout procedures must be followed during maintenance. This ensures machinery cannot be accidentally started. Awareness of these hazards helps workers take appropriate precautions. Spills are a common concern in tank farms. Even small spills can create slip hazards or release harmful vapors. All spills must be reported immediately, no matter how small. Workers should be trained on how to contain and clean up minor spills. Larger spills require a more coordinated emergency response. Proper storage and handling procedures help prevent spills in the first place. Regular inspection of tanks, pipes, and valves is essential. Leaks should be identified and repaired promptly. Secondary containment systems like bund walls are designed to capture spills and prevent them from spreading further into the environment. Another significant hazard is static electricity. The movement of petroleum products can generate static charges. If these charges accumulate and discharge as a spark, they can ignite flammable vapors. Grounding and bonding procedures are critical to prevent this. Hoses, nozzles, and containers must be properly bonded before transferring products. Workers should wear appropriate footwear to help dissipate static charges from their bodies. Understanding the science behind static electricity helps workers appreciate the importance of these preventative measures. Regular checks of grounding and bonding connections are a vital part of routine safety inspections in any tank farm environment. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is the last line of defense. It protects workers when other safety measures are not enough. Wearing the correct PPE for each task is mandatory. This is not optional. Management must provide suitable PPE. Workers must use it correctly. Damaged or worn out PPE should be replaced immediately. PPE does not eliminate hazards, but it can significantly reduce the severity of injuries. It is a critical component of overall site safety. Every worker must understand the importance of each piece of PPE they are issued and use it consistently. The types of PPE required can vary. Hard hats protect against falling objects and head bumps. Safety glasses or goggles shield the eyes from splashes and flying particles. Chemical-resistant gloves are essential when handling petroleum products. They protect the skin from irritation and absorption of harmful substances. Safety footwear, often with steel toe caps and anti-static soles, protects feet from impacts and helps prevent static discharge. Depending on the task, respiratory protection might be needed. This could be a simple dust mask or a more complex supplied air respirator for confined space entry or when dealing with high vapor concentrations. Proper selection and fit of PPE are very important. Ill-fitting PPE can be uncomfortable. It might not provide adequate protection. Workers should be trained on how to choose the right PPE. They also need to know how to wear it correctly. For example, respirators require a good seal to be effective. Fit testing is often necessary to ensure this seal. Gloves must be of the correct material to resist the specific chemicals being handled. Safety glasses should provide full coverage. Regular training sessions should include practical demonstrations on the correct use and maintenance of all issued personal protective equipment. Maintaining PPE is just as important as using it. Equipment should be inspected before each use. Look for any signs of damage, such as cracks, tears, or holes. Clean PPE regularly according to the manufacturer's instructions. Store PPE in a clean, dry place when not in use. This prevents contamination and extends its lifespan. If PPE is damaged or no longer provides adequate protection, report it to your supervisor. Obtain a replacement immediately. Taking care of your PPE means it will take care of you when you need it most during your work activities. Knowing what to do in an emergency can save lives. Every tank farm must have a clear emergency response plan. Workers must be familiar with this plan. This includes knowing evacuation routes and assembly points. Alarm signals must be recognizable. Regular emergency drills help everyone practice their roles. Drills for fires, spills, and medical emergencies are essential. These practices ensure a swift and coordinated response when a real incident occurs. Understanding your role in an emergency situation is crucial for your safety and the safety of your colleagues. It helps to minimize confusion and panic during critical moments. In case of a fire, the first priority is personal safety. Raise the alarm immediately. If trained and safe to do so, use a fire extinguisher on small, incipient fires. However, do not put yourself at risk. Evacuate the area calmly using the designated routes. Report to your assembly point. Do not re-enter the affected area until authorized. For spills, the response depends on the size and nature of the spill. Small spills may be contained and cleaned up by trained personnel using spill kits. Large spills require activation of the full emergency response plan. The primary goals are to stop the source, contain the spill, and prevent it from reaching drains or waterways. Medical emergencies also require a prompt response. Know the location of first aid kits. Report any injury or illness to your supervisor immediately. Trained first aiders should provide initial assistance. For serious injuries, call for professional medical help without delay. Provide clear information to emergency services about the location and nature of the emergency. Quick and appropriate first aid can make a significant difference in the outcome of an injury. Always prioritize the well-being of the injured person while ensuring the safety of yourself and others providing assistance in the situation. Finally, safety is an ongoing commitment. It requires constant vigilance from everyone. Adherence to safety measures should become second nature. Report any unsafe conditions or practices immediately. Participate actively in safety meetings and training. Never take shortcuts when it comes to safety. Remember that accidents can happen to anyone, regardless of experience. By working together and maintaining a strong safety culture, we can make petroleum tank farms safer places to work. This continuous effort protects workers, the environment, and the community from potential harm, ensuring long-term operational integrity.